What's up guys, Practical Jackal here, and today we have a bunch of stuff in this video today as we only have 2 days left until Season 11 begins. And in this video today, I will be showing you the visitor recordings that you can get by interacting at Dusty Depot after collecting all the visitor recordings across the map. And actually, if you have the scientist skin on it this time when you interact with it, you can get the white version of it in-game. I will also give my predictions for the live event, and I will be talking about some leaked POI skins and the map, like from a teaser for Season 11. So here we go. Let's listen to the interaction.
What the 7 of us are attempting is very risky. I suspect they are not the only ones watching, but it must be done or we lose the bridge forever. I speculate that no one calculated the formation of the island, that interdimensional matter collisions would resolve rather than push. Now that I witnessed it firsthand, it's obvious that pinching alone made it inevitable. When I hear this again, will it help me remember? Or once looped, will I be just as muted as the others? No matter, it seems the lengthy precautions worked. The Black Theorem was a success. You arrived outside the loop at the exact moment of expansion. This effectively paused the singularity, giving us time to create the devices needed to synchronize the junction. What I didn't factor was that the only way to trigger the device was from within the loop itself. Thus this hasty and primitive recording. And why now I find myself looped. Activate the beacon at precisely the moment this timer reaches nothing. The 0 point must be contained once more. If they are correct, it will be the end.
So I know a lot of that information could sound a little complicated, but let's just break it down a little bit. So the first section says, what the 7 of us are attempting is very risky. I suspect they are not the only ones watching, but it must be done or we lose the bridge forever. Now, the 7 are referring to 7 beings trying to save the people on the map, trying to, I guess, take us to a new map for this new chapter, this new season. And we know that 7 of them include the Visitor, the Scientist, and the Paradigm Skin, but we don't know what the other ones are so far. We don't really know much about the 7. I suspect they are not the only ones watching. I'm assuming this is all the other people on the island, referring to they, and this must be done. They must save the island or we lose the bridge forever. Maybe the bridge meaning like a connection between the two islands and how to get to the two islands. Now the second part says, I speculate that no one calculated the formation of the island. The interdimensional matter collisions would resolve rather than push. Now that I witnessed it firsthand, it's obvious that pinching alone made it inevitable. So this part basically talks about how they didn't know what the formation of the other island would be, but by using the interdimensional matter, by creating the rift beacons like the scientists built all around the map, creating different locations and transforming them in some way or having some aspect to it that's different than the rest of the map, then they thought this could, calculate the formation of the island in some way with this interdimensional matter, with these rift beacons. But now that he witnessed it, it's obvious that it made it inevitable. So that's basically what the second part is talking about. But remember, when referring back to one of the 7, there were 7 different rift beacons across the Season 10 map, across the whole season. There was Loot Lake, Starry Suburbs, you can count Tilted Town and Gothic City as the same location. There was Greasy Groves, Moisty Palms, Retail Row, and then the Cube was also a rift beacon kind of too. So that could connect with the one of the 7 too, so they could create a bridge between the two maps, trying to use these rift beacons, but they just haven't exactly worked like they planned. So the next section goes on to say, when I hear this again, will it help me remember? Or once looped, will I be just as mute as the others? No matter, it seems the lengthy precautions worked. Now right here you can hear the scientist basically talking to himself, asking himself if he will hear these recordings again that you are hearing right now. But he wonders if he won't because of the loop. Now the loop was basically when Season 10 was teased and Jonesy was in the interdimensional matter going between different rifts. That is the loop. And he was wondering if he will be in the loop and just be as muted just as all the others. So I believe that all of the people on the island were in this loop at some point. But anyway, he goes on to say that they've made a lot of precautions to maybe hopefully be in the loop or not be in the loop. I don't know. Whatever the easiest way is to get back to get to the new island. He says all these precautions have worked. Next, the scientist says the blank theorem was a success. I, us, you arrived outside the loop at the exact moment of expansion. This effectively paused the singularity, giving us time to create the devices needed to synchronize the junction. Now, this section is probably the most difficult for me to understand. One, because it says the blank theorem. We don't know what this theorem is called. It could maybe deal with the nexus orb at Loot Lake. I'm not exactly sure. But I do know in the section that everybody was at the loop at the exact moment in time, meaning the beginning of season 10 if you watch the season 10 trailer. It paused the singularity, which I don't really understand either because the singularity was a season 9 secret skin, which helped to build the mech to fight the monster. So the singularity knew that the monster was there and knew that the island was in trouble. I don't know why they would need to pause the singularity. And also, they need to synchronize the junction. I don't think this refers to junk junction in any way, but the junction maybe could refer back to the bridge, the the matter between the two islands and how to get there. The penultimate section says, what I didn't factor was the only way to trigger the device was from within the loop itself, thus this hasty and primitive recording, and why now I find myself looped. So, in this section, it's basically saying that the only way to use the device, to use the Rift Beacon, was to be in the loop itself, which the scientists and all the other skins, all the other people on the island are in at the same time. They're all in the loop at the same time, the beginning of season 10. And also, this recording somehow is in the loop itself, too. So, this loop is originating from Loot Lake. So, maybe the season 10 event, they would have to put a Rift Beacon in Loot Lake. We'll see what Loot Lake will become in the season 10 live event. And finally, the final section in this recording says, activate the beacon at precisely the moment this timer reaches nothing. The 0 point must be contained once more. If they are correct, it will be the end. The end referring to actually the name of the season 10 live event called the end. Now, this beacon could be the Rift Beacon. It could be the beacon that was created by the rocket in the season 4 live event. It could be either one. I'm not really sure, but this needs to be activated when the timer reaches nothing. I believe that means the timer above the rocket, when that gets to 0 and the live event starts, the 0 point, the Nexus Orb at Loot Lake, must be contained. I guess the only way to contain it is to activate this beacon. And if it's not contained, it could be the end of the island. Now, I believe this live event they could either contain or not contain the Nexus or the 0 point. And it really just depends what else happens during that live event to see if they can actually contain the 0 point or not. So after going through the recording, I believe this is the best time for me to give my live event prediction. Unfortunately, I will not be doing the live event, not be doing a video on the live event because I will be out of town, but I can still give my prediction for it because Fortnite is not really giving any more teasers for the Season 11. I believe this recording is the best teaser that they're going to give out for Season 11, I believe. So keep in mind there are a lot of aspects on the map that have included past live events that are on the map right now that I believe will all combine into one live event. All the past live events will all combine, all going on at once at the same time. So just look at the map. Remember that the Nexus Orb is in Loot Lake. That will be the newer version. Nothing has happened with the live event for the Nexus Orb. There's the robot and the monster. The robot could come back. The monster could be revived in some way. I first thought about this when I saw the item shop today and it showed the Team Mech and Team Monster emotes. I believe that was very interesting. The cube is on the island. And there's also the rocket that's about to launch from Dusty Depot, and the meteor that's frozen in time that's about to hit Dusty Depot. So, keeping all of that in mind, I think it's just going to be complete chaos with this live event. I think the rocket is basically serving as the way to get between dimensions because it was teased in the season 10 teaser that the rocket was going in between rifts, and that's basically what happened during the season 4 live event as well. I really don't know what all of these different parts of the live events of past seasons are going to do, like to each other, what's going to be more powerful. I just believe it's just going to destroy the map, but the rocket is going to rift away somehow right on time and get to the island. And at that moment in time, they will end season 10. There will be downtime, and then we'll have the new map. Unless the new map is teased in some way, I believe they won't show the map in the live event to keep it all suspense. And then once the downtime is over, season 11 will begin. But even if they don't tease the map in the live event, this live event is going to be crazy. Like I said, it's going to be chaos. I have no idea what's going to happen. Like, from past events, you might have an idea of what's going to happen. There's so many different aspects of this live event that could happen all at once, and there's no telling what's going to happen. It's going to be awesome. Now, for the last few minutes of this video, I will be turning over to some leaked information about the new Season 11 map and the aspects of it. And remember, I have some of these posted on my YouTube channel. Go follow practical_jackal. Alright, so some of the new leaked locations, and I'll try to pull it up on the screen right here if I can. They're called Beachy Bluffs, Camp Cod, Creative Island, Dirty Docks, Frenzy Farm, Holly Hedges, Lazy Lake, Mountain Meadow, Power Plant, Slurpy Swamp, Sunny Shores, and Weeping Woods. Now these sound really cool. Some of these sound like a revamped version of some old POIs on the map right now. Some of these seem completely new. And just comment in the video right now what sounds like the best to you. Preferably, I kind of like Camp Cod, just the name of that, because it sounds like Cape Cod in some way. So, yeah, all these locations seem very cool, and I can't wait to see these. And there's a lot of variety with these POI, so I'm really excited about that. Next, moving on to some new names for some leaked skins. Now, this season is during the Halloween season, so there could be some Fortnitemares coming back again. But some of the names of some new skins are a School Trooper Neon male, Gangster Monster male, Gold Trooper male, a male version of the Gold Trooper, a Cuddle Team Dark female, the Dark One male, Slurp Creature male, Wrath or Wraith female, Pale Spooky female, Modern Witch female. And there's also a leak that the Gold Trooper could return for this season 2. There might be a selectable style, I'm not sure, but I'm really excited about that too. So now comment which of these skins sounds the coolest, or maybe that you would cop. And the final piece of information I have is a leaked image of the new map, and it's going to be Fortnite Chapter 2 instead of called Season 11. And in this map, there's a lot of different stuff going on. You can see some default skins which look like they have different colors. Maybe you can have selectable styles or even select which type of character you want for your default, which sounds really cool, and a lot of people have wanted that. It looks like there's a lot of rivers, waterways, and there's could be boats, which I'm really excited for Season 11. There looks like there's a lighthouse. I've always wanted a lighthouse in the background. There's some mountains. I'm not sure if that's part of the island. There is a location that looks kind of like Tilted Towers. There are a lot of mountains, a lot of greenery. There's some of the purple or pink flowers like there are during at the monster skeleton. So there's a little similarity, but it looks like it's very similar to the season 1, season 2, season 3 map of this type of map. So it looks really cool. Everybody's been excited for it. And thank you guys for watching this very long video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.